Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today we are going to start our new topic pressure. Dear students, the two concepts which you already learned are force and area. Pushes or pulls are external influences is called force in physics. Weight is also considered as force. Force or weight is measured in newtons. It means their unit is common and that is Newton. Area. In geometry, the area can be defined as the space occupied by a flat shape or the surface of an object. Dear students, we all the time take the area for 2D shapes like circle, square, rectangle, parallelogram, etc. The area of a figure is the number of unit squares that cover the surface of a closed figure. Area is measured in square units such as square centimeters, square feet, square inches, and the SI unit for area is square meter. Now we are going to study the combined effect of force and area, that is pressure. Pressure can be defined as force per unit area. The formula for pressure is P is equal to F by A, where P is the pressure, F is the force or the weight of the object, A is the area on which the force is applied. By taking SI units of force and area, the SI unit for force is Newton and for area is meter square, then the pressure unit will come Newton per meter square and we call it Pascal, which is expressed as PA. Dear students, the unit of pressure is Pascal and 1 Pascal can be defined as the 1 Newton force applied on an area of 1 meter square. As we learnt in the formula of pressure, there are two physical quantities, force and area. So these are the two factors which affect the pressure. Force, thrust or weight of the object. How it is going to affect the pressure? Increase in force or weight will increase the pressure and vice versa. Vice versa means when we decrease the force or weight, it will decrease the pressure. Contact area is the second factor. Increase in contact area will decrease the pressure and vice versa. Means decrease in contact area will increase the pressure. In this example, we are going to study how the variation in area will vary the pressure while keeping the force or weight constant. If a solid is resting on the top of a surface, the force it exerts is its weight. Only the area actually in contact with the surface is used. The rest area is not considered in calculation. The same amount of force spread out over a smaller area results in more pressure. The one example over here we are going to discuss the pressure on the floor when someone is wearing tennis shoes compared to the high heels. The force pushing down is the same. In both cases, force is equal to the weight of the person, but the area is much smaller for high heels, therefore the pressure is much higher for high heels than tennis shoes.
Application of pressure in solids due to surface area. Decrease in contact area or making sharp points of the objects will increase the pressure. The examples which we can mention over here: knife, saws, needles, pins, nails, spark shoes, etc. While on the other hand, increase in area will decrease the pressure. The examples which we can quote for this situation are bulldozers, heavy vehicles with more tires of large surface area, skis, high buildings, etc.
Now we got much information about pressure in solids. While using our knowledge, now we are trying to solve a worked example 7.2 which is present in your book at page number 126. A rectangular block 20 cm by 10 cm by 5 cm, figure 7.5 you can see over there, has a density of 2 gram per centimeter cube. Given that the gravitational field strength is 10 Newton per kilogram, determine the maximum and the minimum pressure that is exerted by the block when it is placed on one face. Dear students, this example is quite similar to the high heels and flat shoes example. The data which we can extract from the given statement is the density of the block, we denote it with the rho, that is 2 gram per centimeter cube. The gravitational field strength, that is G is equal to 10 Newton per kg. And the next we are going to calculate the volume of the block, which is 20 centimeter multiplied by 10 centimeter multiplied by 5 centimeter. The product of these three physical quantities means length, width and height will become 1000 centimeter cube. Over here, dear students, one question arises. In pressure formula, there is no use of volume. So can you think that why we calculated the volume? So we need volume to calculate the mass of the object, and then with the help of this mass we are going to get the weight of the object, which is considered as force in the formula. While using the formula for density, when we make mass as subject from the formula, then mass will be equal to density multiplied by volume. By substituting the values for density and volume, we get 2 gram per centimeter cube multiplied by 1000 centimeter cube. Over here we will get 2000 grams, and 2000 grams will make 2 kg. So the kg is the SI unit for mass. Then weight of the block W will be equal to mg. M is the mass, which is 2 kg, and g is 10 Newton per kg. By multiplying 2 with 10, we will get 20 Newton as weight of the block. As once we are done with the weight or force, now second factor in the pressure formula is the area. As we have to calculate the minimum and maximum pressure, for this purpose we need minimum and maximum areas as well. Area of smallest face of block, which is 10 centimeter and 5 centimeter. When we convert these centimeter to meters, 10 centimeter will become 0.1 meter and 5 centimeter will become 0.05 meter. By multiplying them, we will get 0.005 meter square. While area for the largest face of the block is 20 centimeter multiplied by 10 centimeter, when we convert them to meters, 20 centimeter is 0.2 meter and 10 centimeter is 0.1 meter. Then area will be 0.02 meter square. Dear students, one more thing will grab our attention over here. We only calculated the smallest and largest areas, but we haven't calculated the weight, minimum and maximum. Can you think why? The answer for this question is the block is remaining the same in both the situation, therefore same value of weight is used in both cases. Then formula for maximum pressure is weight of the block divided by minimum area, that is 20 Newton divided by 0.005 meter square. It will become 4000 Newton per meter square, and by converting to standard form it will become 4.0 into 10 raised to power 3, and Newton meter square is converted to pascals. Then minimum pressure is equal to weight of the block, which will remain the same, and the maximum area. By substituting the values, 20 Newton divided by 0.0 meter square, it will turn to 1000 Newton per meter square, and by converting to standard form it is 1.0 into 10 raised to power 3 pascals. Earlier we discussed pressure in solids, now we are going to discuss pressure in liquids. The weight of the column of liquid above any point is creating pressure at the top of the object. So formula for pressure in liquids is P is equal to rho GH. Dear student, just to be clear here, rho is always taking about the density of the fluid causing the pressure, not the density of the object submerged in the fluid. And the second thing, H is taking about the depth in the fluid. So even though it will be below the surface of the fluid, we plug in a positive number. And the third variable from the formula is the g, the magnitude of the acceleration due to gravity, which is 10 meter per second square on sea level. Sometime in numerical question it will be mentioned the pressure you calculated is different than the actual pressure. Dear students, can you think why is it so? Here we are going to learn the answer for this question. If you wanted a formula for the total pressure, also called absolute pressure at any point, you would have to add the pressure from the Earth's atmosphere. PATM means atmospheric pressure. Its value is 1.0 into 10 raised to the power 5 pascals, means 1 lakh pascals, to the pressure from the liquid rho GH. Mathematically, total pressure is equal to rho GH, means the pressure of the liquid, and P atmospheric means the atmospheric pressure. Because of this reason, the calculated pressure value is different than the actual pressure value. The factors affecting the pressure in liquids, from the formula we can easily conclude there are three factors which are going to affect pressure in liquids. Density is the first factor which is going to affect the pressure in liquids. Increase in density of liquid or dense liquids will have more pressure and vice versa. Means less dense liquids will have less pressure in them. Depths in liquids are the height from the top surface to the point where we are interested to calculate the pressure in liquid. Increase in depth or height from top surface to the point where pressure is measured will increase the pressure and vice versa. And the third factor, gravitational field strength. The places where the value of G is less, their liquid pressure will be less, and as at sea level its value is maximum, means the value of G is maximum, then the pressure in the liquids is maximum at sea level.